So this is a teachable moment. Justice O'Connor has dedicated her life to public service. She's been elected to state government. She served on both the state bench and on the highest court in the land. At the last justice not to come from what I call the judicial monastery. She's traveled the world to teach emerging democracies about the importance of the rule of law, and I know those have been teachable moments. She's directed her considerable talents, reminding us of the importance of civics education, so our own democracy will continue to thrive and be protected.
You've brought up the subject of iCivics. It's a website that relies on games to teach young people how government works. We've had a wonderful group of skilled teachers of middle and high school levels who have helped advise us on the topics that we should cover on the next iCivics game and so forth. They've helped us throughout the process of developing the website. So we have attempted to develop games that enhance the ability of teachers to teach young people how our government works.
And Justice O'Connor, you've often commented about how attacks on judges can be a threat to judicial independence.
Yes.
I don't know how you felt in the heated rhetoric that followed the final days of the Supreme Court session last month. We had a member of the court was labeled a traitor, accused of somehow betraying the president nominated to the Supreme Court, as though he should follow political direction from a president.
It's unfortunate because I think comments like that demonstrate only too well the lack of understanding that some of our citizens have about the role of the judicial branch. And I think the framers of our federal Constitution did a great job in understanding themselves that the judicial branch needed to be able to make independent decisions on the legitimacy, the lawfulness of actions at the state and federal level when they're properly raised in court. And the framers did a really good job in that regard. It's not every state has followed the federal model. Under the federal model, judges are not elected. They're nominated by the president and confirmed by the Senate. In many states, that's the process, but not all. Many states have popular election of judges. And the result of that has been the need for candidates to raise money for their election campaigns. And I think that has a corrupting influence on the selection of judges. And it's disappointing to me to see as many states as there are that still use judicial elections. And I hope over time, more states will follow the federal model and have a system of judicial appointments. Many of the states that have these have a process, however, of confirmation or selection that involve public input, and that's fine. But I think the federal model has been a good one for the states.
Well, I happen to agree, and that's a model that we follow in Vermont, and
Yes.
it has worked very well, and it has taken politics completely out of our judicial system. In fact, we recently had a new federal district judge following her name was recommended from a bipartisan screening board. I recommended her name to the president, but interestingly enough, she had been first nominated to our state court by a Republican governor, actually someone who once ran against me.
Oh.
And I have no idea, to this day, I don't have the foggiest idea what her politics are, and I don't care.
Yes.
What I do like is the reaction we've gotten from Vermont. What a great judge she's being.